Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I'd like to thank the organizers, Economist, for the invitation. So our topic is for two things. One thing is Greece's progress and the future goals on renewables. And the second thing is the region's contribution to the EU's energy security. Let me tell you a few things about where we are with respect to renewables right now and where we are going towards 2030, according to the National Energy and Climate Plan. So currently, we have 11.6 gigawatt installed and in operation in Greece, according to the TSO, to IPTO ADMIE data that have been published in October, last month. And there are another 14.4 allocated connection terms for photovoltaics and wind. And on top of that, there are another 2 gigawatt offshore and another 2 gigawatt of self-consumption projects. So if we add up all this, we exceed the plan of 28 gigawatt for 2030 that will give us the 80% of consumption by green electricity, as it was mentioned before. So there are another 16 to 18 gigawatt to be constructed till 2030. And the question is this possible? The answer is yes, it is possible. However, there are some challenges in order to meet these targets. One thing which was not there before is that in the new projects, there is a higher market risk. In the past, all the projects that have been installed and constructed, they had either feed-in tariffs or feed-in premiums, that the feed-in premiums have been achieved by the auctions. So the risk was relatively relatively low. In the new projects, the projects will go through PPAs to the market, CPPAs, or even merchant, which means that the merchant risk is higher. And on top of that, we have two issues that appear in all markets. One thing is curtailments, which means that renewable production is not being absorbed by the system, by the consumption, because the production of renewables is higher compared to the consumption, to the demand, which is a risk which has not been considered in the business plans before. And the second thing is, and in order to cope with that, and if we want to achieve 80% of electro production and electricity consumption in 2030, we need storage. And we are at the first steps towards storage. There was an auction a few months ago, and there will be more auctions to be organized by the Greek authorities, which is good. But we need more storage for two reasons. One, to cope with the intermittency of production of renewables, and secondly, in order to be in order to have the more electrical space to be allocated for more renewables in the future. This is where we are with respect to the plans and to the targets of 2030. And very quickly, if we go to the second thing about the region's contribution, we have interconnections with the northern countries, Bulgaria and also Italy. And there are also plans for interconnections with Egypt, with Israel and Cyprus, and also with Germany. I think it is more realistic to reinforce initially, as a first step, the interconnections with Europe, and then go for as a second stage with the interconnections with Eastern Mediterranean.